Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Links. It's 6 a.m., so you already know what that means. Brand new box leaks. Now, this new mini box, Spring of Resistance, will be coming out around the same time as Tennis event, so about a week from now, or after Nail's rerun. And we kind of already knew what would be in it thanks to the last batch of skill leaks. We knew we would have some Altergeist support, some Phantom Knight support, some Raid Raptor support, some Fabled support out of all things, and Perform Mages, obviously, because, Dennis. Now, not to brag too much about it, but bragging about it anyways, I kind of guessed all of that like a week ago based on the skill leaks, and the only card that I got wrong was Raider's Wing, so that's a pretty good track record if you ask me. Call me the LeBron of Duel Links. Actually, do not do that, that's very stupid. Anyways, Spring of Resistance, this mini box is focused around giving support to archetypes already in the game. Phantom Knights, Altergeists, Raid Raptors. The only brand new archetype here is Prank Kids, but we can talk about them later. Starting with Altergeist, they're getting two brand new monsters in the form of Memory Gant and Pukari. Memory Gant is just a big, dumb Link 4 beater that doesn't really mesh very well with the deck strap-based strategy. Pukari, on the other hand, is a very versatile, very useful monster that just lets you link someone using it from the hand, as long as you're using an Altergeist on the field, of course. Now, Pukari is definitely at least a 2 off, some people will say a 3 off. Memory Gant, 1 is fine, some would even say 1 is too much. What I want to call some attention to is the fact that they're not giving us the remaining Altergeist Wave 1 trap cards. I'm talking about Haunted Rock and Protocol, which is a shame because those cards really help the deck run more smoothly, and without them, the deck is just kind of capped in its potential, right? Like, I'm not even talking about the new Duelist Nexus support. I'm talking about Wave 1, almost a decade-old Altergeist traps. Maybe they're saving them as Ghost Gall level up rewards, but I'm not sure. Moving on to the next archetype in this box, we have the Phantom Knights. Now, Phantom Knights are getting a pretty chunky amount of support here in the form of the Raiders collab archetype and, of course, 2 Phantom Knights exclusive cards in the form of Storm Scales and Rank Up Magic Force. Now, the Raiders collab archetype is a collab with the Raid Raptors, and in my opinion, not that relevant for Phantom Knights specifically. What do I mean by that? Well, Raid Raptors benefit from the Raiders way more than Phantom Knights. Tell you why. Raiders Knight can rank up into a rank 5 or rank down into a rank 3. You usually would want to use this to rank up into Xyz Requiem Dragon, obviously. The problem being that to rank up into Xyz Requiem, you need the rank 4 Xyz Rebellion so that Requiem can use its effect, and this just doesn't work with Raiders Knight. Now, what they intend you to do is they want you to rank up into Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which is a fine card. It's a good game ender, but it's nothing absurd. Like, when it hits the field, you can activate its effect to negate all your opponent's monster and then suck up their attack, so it becomes a very big unstoppable beater. And that's pretty good, but not that relevant. You probably need like 1 of each for a Phantom Knight deck. Now, a very good trap card in the deck is Raid Raptor's Phantom Knight's Claw. But here's the thing, even though this is a monster negate, the monster you are going to finish your board with already has 3 monster negates. Is the 4th one really necessary? Is the 4th one really going to be what wins you the game? Personally, I don't think so. And of course, Raiders Unbreakable Mind is just very mid in my opinion. Now, the real meat of the new support is in these 2 cards. Phantom Knight's Storm Scales and Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force. Phantom Knight's Storm Scales is just an insane starter. You discard a card to send a Phantom Knight from the deck to the graveyard. What this means is that he's an insane starter. It would be downright irresponsible of me to tell you that you can play with less than 3 Storm Scales. I'm absolutely serious here, you need 3 of this card. On the other hand, Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force is what you're going to use to summon your Xyz Requiem. Now you're going to say, couldn't I already do that before? Yes, you could. But the other Phantom Knight rank up needed your monster to have no material. So to do that, turn 1 with Xyz Rebellion, you needed to use the skill to remove its materials. The problem with doing that is that the skill artificially capped the amount of times you could use your Xyz Requiem's effect. You could only use it once during your opponent's turn. With this card, you can just summon Rebellion normally and then rank up normally. And then you have a Requiem with triple negates. And that's amazing. That's very good. So Phantom Knight's looking very, very nice with these two new cards. These two give a bit of more power going second, right? But these two are the meat of the support. They are very good. Talking about missing cards, the ones that obviously came to mind are Bardiche and Fogblade. Bardiche, Konami has this weird thing that they don't really like to give the link support to anime decks, but I'm not sure why. And Fogblade, like, it makes no sense why they wouldn't give us. Like, I'm pretty sure Claw is just straight up better since it doesn't take up, a back row spot. But who knows, right? Maybe it will be a Yugo level up reward or whatever. Yuto, actually. Moving on to the other sister archetype of the Raider cards, we have Raid Raptors. Everything I talked about the Raider cards apply to Raid Raptors, except that Raider's Knight is a lot better in Raid Raptors since you actually want to summon your rank 5s and then rank them up into rank 7s and stuff. So Raider's Knight a lot better than Raid Raptor. And Raid Raptor's Phantom Knight's Claw is a lot more decent, I'd say, in Raid Raptor, because Raid Raptors themselves don't really have that much interruption going first. Now, what you can do now is you can use Phantom Knight's rank up Magic Force to summon Requiem in Raid Raptor, and that's pretty good. That's very good, actually. It's probably going to be your new turn 1 play. Other cards worth mentioning are Air Force, which is going to be decent in the future when you need a rank 6 to summon the rank 13, but we won't have that card for a long time, probably. And Heal Eagle would be good if we had Force Strix. I think, no, Wise Strix. We have Force Strix. Wise Strix, the Link monster. Until we get that, not very relevant. Speaking of missing cards, obviously Wise Strix, same problem as Bardiche in that Konami doesn't like to give us the Link monsters of anime archetypes. But that's fine, right? The deck will survive, especially being able to summon Xyz Requiem turn 1 much easier thanks to rank up Magic Force. And obviously, like, you have the rank 12 towers that Konami will never add to the game because they don't like that kind of card design. Anyways, moving on to the last card, or better yet, last archetype getting legacy support in this pack, we have Fabled. Now, Fabled is the kind of deck that likes to summon generic, strong synchro bosses. Think Baron the Floor, think Borreload Savage. We don't really have those in Duel Links. And that means that Fable is by themselves, like, not very good. They're very expensive as well. Now, to be fair, they did add Groza Torrent of Thunder, which is a monster negate, and it needs themes like the Fable, but I don't really think it's a deck worth building at all. Like, unless you're a Duel Links YouTuber or just really like the archetype, there are better things to build, because Fable is pretty expensive. It's not a cheap deck. Like, you're seeing, like, oh, it's a single SR, and then the rest of the cards are no. The deck has ultra rare cards and SR cards in at least 3 other different boxes. It's like Revolution Beginning, Curse of Dread, and a very, very old box that's already in box chips, but think it's Fury of the Forest or something. The one with the baboon in the cover. So yeah, Fabled is very expensive and it's probably going to be very mid, even though they're giving it its own skill. So build it at your own caution, I think. That's what I can say. Last card before we get into the new stuff, we have Short Circuit. This is a Battery Man card, the last Battery Man card that we didn't have. This is just Darkhold, but worst. So, not really relevant in any ways. Getting into the new stuff, we have, of course, Dennis's Perform Mages. Now, this box only has 2 Perform Mages in the form of Damage Juggler and Trick Clown. The rest is going to be level up rewards and event rewards. Notably, no mention of Plush Fire, which is easily the most important card of the deck. But whatever. Damage Juggler allows you to banish itself from the grave to get a Perform Major monster from your deck to your hand. And Trick Clown, when it goes to the grave, you can target a Perform Mage in your grave and special summon it, but its attack and defense becomes 0. This includes Trick Clown, so like if you detach it as material, you can just automatically resummon it. The Perform Mages were used classically in the TCG in combination with the Performa Pals in a deck called Pepe that spammed rank 4s and ranked them up into powerful negates. And to be honest, I don't think they're going to be relevant in Duel Links, like at all. Like at all. If spamming rank 4s was relevant, Utopia and Onomats would be the most broken archetype in the game, and we know they aren't. So yeah, I think these cards, although they are cool classic cards, part of Yu-Gi-Oh's history, I don't think they're going to be very relevant, if I'm being honest with you, Chiefs. Now that we talked about these cards, let's talk about the brand new archetype in the form of the Prank Kids. Prank Kids is a Link and Fusion Summon deck that makes Battle Butler and wipes your opponent's board. That's a very, very simple simplification of what the deck wants to do, but it's true. What the deck wants to do is make Battle Butler and wipe your opponent's board. In order to do that, they have these very cute little guys, Lampsies, Dropsies, Fancies, and they also have an Earth one called Roxy's that just didn't come. I don't know why. Konami didn't add them because they're brown, I think. Anyways, that when they go to the graveyard for a fusion or link summon, you do something, and then you can special summon Prank Kids monster from your hand or deck. Which, makes making your link monsters and fusion summon a lot easier. The problem is that, you need at least 2 of those in the field to get them in the graveyard to get the ball running. To do that, in the TCG and Master Duel, you have a card called Prank Kids Meow Moo, which is a link 1, so you can just normal summon something, immediately go into Meow Moo, and then this thing's effect activates, bringing something from the deck. Then you can go into your links 2s and, snowball from there. The problem is we're not getting Meow Moo, we're not getting the link 1. So how do we get to the links? Well, they have this card called Prank Kids Pranks, which allow you to discard a Prank Kids to special summon a token, and you use the token plus your normal summon to go into a link 2, in this case probably Bow Wow Bark, and then you try to get the ball running, right? And special summon more and more to get enough material to summon your Battle Butler. The problem with Battle Butler is that to destroy all monsters your opponent controls, you need to tribute this card. Again, another thing that Meow Moo fixes, because you can just banish it from the graveyard instead of, having to tribute the monster. Because, you just spend all your board making this tricky attack monster, but it's just going to self-destruct to do what it needs to do, and that's pretty awful. Now, like I said, Prank Kids was very meta relevant in the TCG, It was very strong. It was very meta relevant in Master Duel as well, especially because it was kind of cheap. In Duel Links, like, you definitely need 3 trinkets placed, probably 3 trinkets pranks. And remembering that this is a mini box, so you only have 1 of each SR card, you would have to reset this twice. Yeah, the deck's pretty expensive without much payoff. Now, if they add Meowmu to the card trader or something like that, then my stance on the deck completely changes. I think this card is 1 Link 1 monster away from being very, very, very strong. But until then, I think it's kind of mid, not going to lie. And I also don't know why they didn't add Roxy's. Like, are they really that afraid from the fucking rank 4 rock monster, right? The level 4 rock monster? Completely weird, in my opinion. Other things mentioned in this block worth mentioning, maybe the Paths of Destiny, if you like playing Nurseburn. There are 2 new Amazement cards that are, you know, okay, I guess. That deck is bad, so the 2 new cards won't be very relevant. So yeah, that's my opinion on the brand new mini box. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more Duel Links content. We don't have that many Duel Links channels on YouTube, do we? So I feel like I had to come back. Hope you guys missed me. Like I said, like and subscribe. My name's Link, and I'm out. Peace.